Good morning at 20 past 5. So, this is something I need to get off my chest because at the end of the day, I know there's going to be people that will misinterpret my release of these new songs. They will say that I'm contradicting everything that I'm trying to do with regards to not swearing on these videos and just in general with regards to my newfound faith and religion, Christianity. They're basically just going to say that it's a complete contradiction of everything I'm doing and it goes against the very fabric of being a Christian and blah, blah, blah. Now, I guess I'll start by saying at the end of the day, music changed my life to start with. It was the one thing that I clutched hold of and was able to see through to the point of making my first rap album. It gave me goals that I'd had my whole life that actually become attainable once meeting Andrew Greeley in prison. Now, for me, it's like this. If I hadn't have met that man in jail, I don't know if I'd be sitting here right now. And that's an honest assessment. Like, I really don't. So, to turn away from music simply because my words, my lyrics, my personal experiences are expressed through my music, it'd be like me going to Thailand to train and get healthy and clear my mind to take this fight, to have found God while I was there and then decide, no, I've got to pull out of the fight because violence isn't the answer and violence is not a good thing and all the rest of it. It's boxing's a sport, music is a passion, boxing's a passion, but music is something that changed my life, and for me, I understand my lyrics are going to be controversial. I understand my lyrics go against everything I've said in terms of apologising to people who I've done wrong by, who I've wronged, who I've hurt, who I've affected probably for lifelong, for the entirety of their life, sorry. It is only 20 past 5. Cut me some slack. The vocabulary's still rebooting. I wanted to make this crystal clear is that I understand these next 7 songs that I will release over the next, say, 3 to 6 months. They go against everything that I've said in all these videos on my YouTube channel, things that I've uploaded to Facebook, and I just need to make it clear that I'm not threatening anyone. I'm not calling anyone out. I am not name dropping anyone in these videos, in these songs. Yes, I'm talking about things that have happened. Of course, that's my music. I'm expressing my life's experiences through my ability to make music, which makes me feel great. Music is something that I'm really proud of because I've said in other videos, anyone that didn't want to be a rapper or a sports star or a mega star or all these things growing up, they're lying straight to your face because that's just unrealistic. Everyone had big dreams when they were young before they realised that life gets in the way, before they realised that it's hard to actually accomplish your dreams. So, yeah, I had a good listen to all 7 of my songs over the last couple of days, and I'll acknowledge I did sit there and think I can't release these now, but then I thought about it. I thought the effort, the time, the pride, and the joy that comes inside of me when I listen to these songs. It's only my thoughts that make me go, oh, you can't release this. You can't do a film clip to this. Because I'm thinking about how other people are going to interpret it, how they're going to perceive what I'm saying, how people are going to feel like what I'm saying is directed at them. And the reality is this. It don't matter what other people think because music changed my life and it's something that I want to continue doing as I move forward with my life's journey. I don't do it for fame. I do it because I love it. I do it because it's something I wanted to do my whole life. And when you get to, I was 30 years old when I finally turned my life around in terms of crime. When you get to 30 years old and you haven't accomplished or achieved any of your childhood dreams, apart from the worst ones, it's it's disheartening, and you start questioning whether or not you have time, whether or not it's worth it, whether or not people are going to criticise, judge, mock, and ridicule you for wanting to make music at 30 years old. I'm 36 now, so I completely understand how people can sit there and say, oh, he's a grown man living in a boy's world. Oh, he's a grown man, he sounds like a child singing about rapping, singing, rapping, making music about shit that, only an immature person would do. Especially when you've lived the life I've lived, and especially given the things that have happened this last 6 years. Namely, my house being shot up, bombs being thrown through the windows, all these sorts of things, people trying to stab me on my own front doorstep, having to get extremely violent in multiple situations where I didn't cause it. I didn't ask for the violence, I didn't bring it upon myself. Well, I'll rephrase that. I may have done things that did antagonise and provoke people to do certain things, so I'll rephrase that. I don't want people to think that just because I don't agree with something anymore, it doesn't mean I can let go of my passion for it. For me, it's like this. The time, effort, and pride that I've put into my music, I can't let my ego, my paranoid thoughts, and other people's inability to let things go determine whether or not I release these next 7 songs. Because ultimately, it don't matter. Like, it really don't matter what anyone else thinks. Yes, as I acknowledge, they can be misinterpreted. People are going to clip them and crop them and cut them down and say, oh, he's threatening people. Oh, he hasn't changed. Oh, this, that, the other. As I use boxing as an example, that'd be like me getting in the ring and not trying to knock old mate out. Not trying to seriously harm, maim, or injure him because why? I don't like violence. I love boxing. I don't like violence. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not comparable. It's not compatible. You can't say, oh, but you're a Christian now, you've been baptised, you preach all this God stuff, you go to Bible study, you go to church, and yet you release songs that talk about shooting people, killing people, all these sorts of things. Music is an art form. It's not the prettiest art. It's not the most liked art, and especially rap music. Rap music, it has a bad stigma. It has a bad energy, and it encourages and condones bad things by the use of the words and the rhymes that make rap music. Now, I understand that, but I don't want to sit here and try and justify it, because at the end of the day, I acknowledge all these things. My lyrics are bad. My life experiences were bad. My songs are bad. They are not the sort of music you want your children listening to. It is not the sort of music that I want people to listen to and go, oh, he's a bad cunt. Oh, swearing again. He's a bad man. He's a bad person. He's done bad things. Oh, listen to this song. Did you hear? Like, I don't want it to be like that. For me, it's an expression of myself. It's an expression of the life I've lived. And more than anything, I want my music and my encounter with Greeley and meeting him in jail to be a life lesson to others. And that's why I'll continue to do the music thing, because if I can change that narrative that, yes, my music and my words and my lyrics are swear words and they're bad words and it's given off bad terminologies and bad sets of circumstances by way of using music, but change that narrative, flip it 180 so that people understand that if I hadn't have met him in jail, I'd probably still be living that life and doing the things that I'm making music about. So for me, it's just a realisation that it doesn't matter what I believe in now. I can't change certain things just because I don't believe it's right. It's not about being right from wrong and putting my moral compass forward at all times, because we should all do that. But there's so many analogies and examples I can give of where there's things that I can't just stop because I'm a different person now. You know what I mean? If that was the case, I'd have very little to do with anyone. I'd have very little to do in life, and I'd be isolated, confined, and my mind would just wander and go places I don't want it to go. Why? Because I can't express myself in a boxing ring. because I can't express myself on paper, because I can't talk about my life's experiences. That's unhealthy. So, yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. I want to apologise to anyone that finds my music confronting, thinks that my music is directed at them, thinks that the lyrics are unacceptable, thinks that I'm taking the piss when I apologise to all these people for all the things I've done, but then go and release music completely contradictory to what I'm saying, like apologising and saying that's not the life to live, you don't want to go down that road. And then I release music that glorifies it, that makes it sound exciting, dangerous, scary, bad, all these things. It's like I said, I can't just stop doing the one thing that changed my life simply because I'm a better person now and a different person now. And I think that's as clear as it's really going to get from me, because like I said, music was my dream. Being a singer, a rap artist, a musician, a global megastar was my dream as a child, on top of winning a gold medal at the Olympics in boxing. They were my two biggest dreams. So I apologise in advance to anyone that misinterprets my intentions when releasing these 7 songs. These songs have been written for 2 years. They've been mixed, they've been recorded, mixed, mastered and edited for the last 18 months. I've had them just sitting there because I was in such a bad headspace that I couldn't release them, and I didn't feel it was the right time to release them. And yeah, listening to them the last few days, it just made me realise that in terms of other people's opinions, other people's perspective, other people's interpretation of what I'm saying in these songs, there's never going to be a right time. No one's going to approve of it, apart from people, unfortunately, that are stuck in that life and that find this music intriguing, interesting, exciting, bad, mad, you name it. Like, you can phrase it however you want, but, you know, in general, people aren't going to like it, because if you're supporting this version of me, you're going to hear the music and go, he's taking the piss. Is he taking the piss? Like, how can he sit there and say all the things he said this last 4-6 weeks and then release music like this? And as I said, the answer is quite simple. Music is a passion of mine. It is something that changed my life. Like, I went from being all the things that I sing about, rap about, to being the complete opposite. The complete opposite. So, yeah, it's like this. I'd much rather be making music about my old life than still being trapped, stuck, suffering in that old life. And I want people to understand that. Like, if you have dreams and goals and ambitions and things that you want to do in life, outside of being a drug user, a criminal who's offending in the community or in custody, someone that has very low standards and expectations of themselves, trust me, if you find something, know what you love, have dreams that you used to have when you were younger, there's nothing stopping you from chasing them now. Doesn't matter if you're 36, 30, 21, 25. Don't let anyone tell you that it's not worth it, or you should focus on this, focus on that. Focus on what makes you feel good. Focus on what makes you feel pride within yourself. And more than anything, focus on the things that you love. Don't let your drug use and your criminality and the people around you that validate your bullshit have you persuaded or convinced that you love that life. Because trust me, anyone that loves that life or thinks they love that life, you need mental health help. You need to see a specialist. You need to be medicated. You need to be all the things that I had to be in order for me to see clearly what I was doing. The fact that I was wasting my whole life, the best years of my life. So, yeah. Hope everyone has an amazing Thursday and you all wake up with a great attitude and go out into the world smiling and being kind. God bless and have a great day.